I wake up out of bed, and there's this, like, a nightlight was on. It was like this glowing orange, like gold light. And at the foot of my bed was about a 6.5 foot tall mantis being. You know,
Beautiful.
yeah. I mean, not like a exoskeleton. You know, it's got skin. It's just, it looks like a praying mantis. You know, it's got fingers. You know, the same, got like 3 long fingers that go all the way down to the forearm, right?
Wow. Yeah.
And then these just massive forearms, right? But this really like elastic, wrinkly looking skin. You know, and then I remember looking down. You can see its belly. It's got like, I just remember the fat rolls on it. You know, it's got the tiny, you know, like a person, just little jelly rolls on them, you know, and goosebumps on, you know, this bumpy skin, and the long neck with the, you know, mantis shaped head, the big buggy eyes. And I remember just like seeing this thing, and it bows to me, right? It bows, and I'm like, why are you bowing? Why is this? I'm like in such awe. I'm like, why are you bowing to me? Like, I'm just a guy, you know. Like, don't bow to me, man. You know. And all of a sudden, this just like something clicked, and when I saw it, and I started cracking up. I couldn't help but just outburst in laughter, because it was like, at that moment I was like, oh my god, I'm reuniting with something that I'm intimately connected to. It's not just like, oh, I've seen this before. No, there's an intimate connection, like, of like reunion. And it puts its hand out, and it touched me on the forehead. I'm just like, ah, ha, ha, ha. Black out.
Oh, no.
Right?
Praying mantis looking creature, 8 foot tall, which does come up in lots of abductions, even if you don't hear about it much, appears. And at first she was terrified, and the tall praying mantis put into her mind a sense of deep sadness about her and all humans. And it was accompanied by a sense that this praying mantis was so ancient that it could be as old as our solar system, as incomprehensible as that is, and that these praying mantis are programmed to monitor the evolution of life in entire solar systems. The praying mantis has the ability to calm the human's natural fear of the way they look. And what he did next, he walked her into a room nearby and said, watch. And now it's a gray type entity. We can get into the distinctions of gray androids that are robots and prime intelligence grays, and that there are all kinds. And now what she's seeing is what I would call more the prime intelligence in the gray category. There is lying a male human, and the gray reaches down. The gray's long 4 fingers just seem to pass through the man's chest. And out of the man's chest, the gray being comes up holding the man's heart and shows it no blood, totally dry, and this particular container of the man's body. It's important that the soul remain inside of such a container for a longer period of time than the man's body is willing to give, because the man is dying of heart disease. And the gray communicates that they are letting this version of the man die. One she recognizes in the tube, that has light above and light below, is a man who looks a little bit younger than the man on the table. Because it is important for the soul spirit inside of this type of container, we are going to revivify him in this cloned body, in this tube that we can preserve and control. And we are going to put him in Australia and in his home in the United States, he will die.
Vision of Pope Francisco. I was doing early morning prayer, which is a daily devotion for me. For every day I pray at dawn, and it was during the dawn in communion prayer, when I was surrendering that year worshipping the Lord, that I was led to see a clear vision, as if it was happening now. In that moment when I was in the Spirit, I saw the Pope and I looked and observed what he was doing. He went down as if he was saying a prayer, when suddenly he started to turn into a huge horrible bug. I will try to describe the infernal animal I saw. It was a snake mixed with Laraticha, only that this beast had 4 legs. I watched and I was terrified to see this transformation of the Pope. I saw this beast that was the Pope. I noticed that he seems to be opposed by a huge stone, which was so big. So after the transformation of the Pope, he seems to be stopped by this mysterious stone, and he didn't get very close to the stone, but he kept spinning like a bug. When I observed the face of that beast, I saw that he was extremely furious and very angry. When he was furious against this stone that was restricting his movement and he was powerless, I was wondering what's going on. I saw the beast that was Pope Francis roaring with great fury, and he finally made big move in order to neutralize and annihilate the opposition posed by this stone. And then I heard the word of the Lord saying, "The stone that you see is the church whose head is the Christ." A moral act. Then the Lord showed me Pope Francis, the President Macron, Putin of the Russian Federation, the Queen Elizabeth, Angela Merkel. The Lord said they are going to adopt laws by which they will impose these abominations all over the world. Then the Lord showed me again in a vision the Queen Elizabeth. She was on the phone talking with Pope Francis. She asked the Pope, "Why is it taking time?" The Pope replied, "There is no more time to lose. The Master has strongly recommended that we act quickly." The Queen say, "Very well, that's the watchword and instruction I have been waiting for. It is necessary to destroy this race of unbelievers." The Pope replied, "Yes, let's kill them, unashamedly. They don't deserve to live. This is not the time to stain them. Let's just kill them immediately without wasting time." Then they burst out laughing sarcastically. I noticed that the Pope was in his white dress with this kind of hats that he often puts on that sticks at the neck, and the Queen of England wore a very light green outfit that was shining. It was sweet green. She had her crown and she exclaimed and kept saying, "I'm thirsty," for she was thirsty for human blood. At this time I noticed that her eyes became red and her teeth and canines have become long. In fact, her canines came out like croc. And on the other side of the telephone the Pope Francis also took another form. He turned to a humanoid animal, that moved with 4 legs, and his whole body was dark grey, and he had his mouth open, his tongue hanging with fangs. After they have both hung up the phone, and both of them rushed to attend a nocturnal meeting, during which there was supposed to be human sacrifices so that they will eat the flesh and drinks human blood. When the earth was invaded by demons who were entering people's bodies, those who watched in prayer and who had an intimacy with God escaped this possession.
Who are you?
Alien.
Alien.
Elohim. We're the original makers. We're the maker of worlds. Make worlds with love.
You made the people.
Yes, you're our children.
What do you look like?
You would find it hard to look upon my face.
Why?
We're different.
Pretty? Or not so pretty?
We think we are, but you probably would think not. We made you in our image. But there are differences.
Who are you?
Elohim.
Alien.
Elohim. We're the original makers. We're the maker of worlds.
You made the people.
Yes, you're our children. We made you in our image. We made you in our image. Ready? A couple of deep breaths first. Sorry.
Okay, John, if you just take a few deep breaths, just hold it in and just let it go. And just allow yourself just to go into a deeper and deeper and more relaxed state. Taking you down to the deepest level you can reach. Great, now you can move your head back, just open up your air passages and just relax a bit. Okay, I'm going to ask you on a scale from 0 to 100%, what level of relaxation have you reached at this point?
30.
Okay. So I'd like you now, I'm just going to lift your hand in a sec, and when I drop that, I want you to instantly take yourself to that 80% level, that most relaxed level that you can still communicate freely. Okay, when I drop it, you're going to instantly go to that 80% level. Okay, and drop. Okay, that's great. Okay, now just please indicate with the India motor controls on your hands whether you've reached that 80% stage, yes or no. Okay, you've indicated yes, thank you. Okay, John, in a moment, dealing with your subconscious now, I'm going to ask you to go back to that first incident, the first time that you had an encounter that you remember. Okay, okay now. Okay, right. So you're moving back there now. Okay, I want you to know. Are you there now? Okay, what is it you see, John?
No. What is it? What is it? Right. It's on.
Okay, John, what is it you see?
Bugs.
Bugs? How big are these bugs, John?
Bigger than me.
Bigger than you. Okay. How old are you, John? 3 years old. Okay. You mentioned another name. Who is the other name you mentioned?
William.
William. Okay. Who is William?
My brother.
How old is William?
He's 4.
Is William with you now?
Yes.
Okay. And what's happening?
They're watching.
They're watching.
Yes. Ah, they come through the window. Ah, they come way out. Ah, 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 no, ah, help, help.
When I was a kid, one night I was lying on the floor by the bed in my mom's room. I awoke and saw the head of what looked like a giant grasshopper or mantis. As soon as I saw it, it was beside me, and I couldn't move. I had this feeling like I was falling, but I was hovering over my mom's bed. My parents were up looking at me, but they couldn't move either. I got really frightened, but I couldn't scream. I started to feel as if I might die, but just then I heard a voice. It was the same voice I heard in my dreams. It said, "Do not be afraid. We are not here to harm anyone. Just relax." And I felt calm at that moment. I felt kind of sick to my stomach from the falling feeling, but yet I was calm. I started to float up further, and I remember thinking I'm going to hit the ceiling and it's going to hurt. But instead of hitting the ceiling, I went right through it. Nothing was broken. We just went right through the roof of the house. I knew there were other beings with me, I just couldn't move my head to see them, but I knew that there was this weird giant mantis next to me. As soon as I cleared the roof, I saw this egg-shaped ship. It was orange, glowing really bright, and in an instant I was on a metallized table, but it was warm and comfortable. I still couldn't move, but I was able to move my right hand from the wrist down, and now I could move my head side to side. The room was dim, and it stinks like garbage and rotten eggs. Slowly, the room began to light up. Not from a light bulb, but more like the walls and the ceiling and the floors were lighting up. The room was glowing. My eyes hurt me, but slowly my eyes become adjusted to the bright light. It was a really strange light. It wasn't like anything I've ever seen. There were no shadows with this light. It was very strange. I remember noticing the walls were silver chrome, lit up with a weird white glowing light resonating from within them. The walls, ceiling, and floors all connected, and the room was circular. It was much larger than the egg-shaped object I saw, so I figured I wasn't inside the glowing egg, I must be somewhere else. But I was having a really dreamy feeling and I didn't dwell on it. There were small, what I assumed were round doors all around the room. The doors were like little hobbit doors, small and oval or arched. They had no knob either. I was thinking, why is this place so smelly but looks so clean? Mainly because I was having a weird, all doped up feeling. I should have been trying to get out of there, but I couldn't get up. All of a sudden I saw the door to my left slide up really fast. Then the one on my right opened as well. Out of these doors came a group of mantis-like creatures, looking similar to each other but different. They came swarming out of the doors really fast and zoomed around the room. Little holes opened up on the walls, and these beings would run up to the holes and pulled out a purple hose-like thing. Then they would run up and attach them to the underside of the table. These creatures were small, 3 feet tall, mostly green but also somewhat blue. A taller one squeezed through and stood up. It was at least 6 feet tall. It was on my left side. It bent over the table and looked down at me. In my mind I heard it say, "The pain will not last long." It then very quickly attached a square black plate-like object on the palm of my right hand. It hurt like hell. It felt like burning, and then it stopped hurting and started to feel soothing. Then I felt a pinch in both calf muscles and in my forearms. I began to feel really good. I remember I was smiling, and all these ugly things were running around me doing God knows what. But at that point it didn't bother me anymore. Then a thin, clear piece of what I thought was glass appeared above my head. I didn't see it before, so I think it must have come out of the ceiling. It floated down to about a foot away from my face and shined a blue light directly into my eyes. I blinked and felt compelled to look into this blue light. It then started to display pictures, a video of sorts, except it's clearer than real life. The video was showing plants, and showing the plant seed grow then die in fast motion. It showed insects going through their lifespan. Then it showed animals, a lion mating with a lioness, horses mating with horses. I saw the sperm and the egg, the entire growth patterns of these animals in the womb. I felt exhilarated. The emotions were extremely overwhelming. The animals then died and decomposed into the earth. Then grass would sprout up, and other animals would come by and graze upon it. It was all very strange, of course. Then it showed me a man and a woman having sex. I felt really weird and wondered, why am I seeing this? Then I heard a voice say, "Life must flourish." 3 times I heard this. I then started to see the Earth from orbit. On the screen, the Earth looked normal at first. Then I saw the Earth move slightly, and when it did, the oceans were displaced. I could clearly see the oceans move violently. I then saw smoke and large fires break out all over the planet. It was very terrifying to watch, but what I saw next was worse. It seemed as if I was watching the planet in fast motion. So not long after the planet tilting and the oceans flooding everything, I saw rockets launching from all over the planet. They were nuclear, and they destroyed everything that was still alive after the flood. I was sobbing uncontrollably. I felt like I didn't want to live anymore. It wasn't worth it. Then a voice said, "Life will be preserved," and I blacked out.
Laying in bed, all of a sudden, I wake up and I knew something was wrong. Someone was shaking my shoulder, and I opened my eyes. Swear to you, I saw a tall, mantis-y shaped being. By the time I opened my eyes, it was booking it across the room towards the corner. I felt it, realized that I saw it and processed it, and I felt and it knew it was spotted. The last second I saw it, it went like this, like life was a video game and you change your fucking character's outfit instantly. And it became the back of a gray heathered hoodie with the hood up, but we were still connected telepathically and wanted me to believe I was seeing the back of a gray hoodie because that's something my brain can process.
Wow.
Holy shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes,
But I fucking saw it.
We've experienced the mantises before. In our old apartment, I was literally like sitting and meditating in the bedroom, like broad daylight. And all of a sudden I like felt something behind me, like over my left shoulder. I literally turn around and it looks like there's no wall and there's a mantis and then it's like, and then blinks out.
Every time this happens, and I've seen them in ceremony, like doing operations on me, always the next day, a praying mantis is on my window, sitting on my car, sitting in our garden. We walk out, never see a praying mantis. There it is, sitting on a flower, looking at us like, what's up? And I'm like, what the is reality?
I think they're scientists.
No, I don't think they're bad. I don't think they're bad.
That's the feeling I get.